Yes, sir. My hot tricker back up in this thing, man. Today, we take a look at some mysterious videos that'll have you at a loss for words. But before we hop into that, go ahead and spam that like button right now so we can the numbers up on the algorithm. And you ain't even gotta think about it later. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that sub button too. Sub up, join the family. This is the most lit and active community on YouTube, period. With that being said, guys, let's hop straight into the video.
Yeah, I found it, bruv. Wanna grab it?
Either this pigeon is green because it's radioactive or it unlocked a new skin from the item shop.
Volkswagen just did something that should make every car owner furious. They're selling their electric ID.3 with its full horsepower locked behind a paid subscription. The car comes from the factory with 228 horsepower, but if you don't pay a monthly fee, it's software limited to just 201. For about $22 a month, they'll flip a digital switch and unlock the power that was already inside the car that you paid for. First, BMW tried to sell you a subscription for heated seats. Now VW is selling you a subscription for your engine. Their defense? It gives customers a sportier driving experience without a higher initial purchase price. But this isn't just about cars, this is the future they want for everything. Imagine a monthly fee to use the high heat setting on your oven or the fast cycle on your dishwasher. You don't own the product, you're just renting its best features.
Charging a monthly subscription to unlock horsepower in a car that you already own is a complete scam. That would be like buying a house, but you gotta pay monthly to access the basement. With a spider web this big, he's not even trying to catch insects at this point. He's trying to catch humans.
This is just weird. Machine Gun Kelly is now saying that he may be part alien. He said this in a recent interview that every time his skin gets cut, it heals super quickly, that he stopped keeping track of how old he is because it feels like he doesn't age anymore. This is the same guy who was with Megan Fox, and Megan Fox said that they drank a little bit of each other's. Check this out.
Can I ask how old you are? You're very young.
It's a weird thing, dude. I don't know if my age, I don't know if it exists. I don't know many facts about my life, so I don't know. I'm starting to just be like my skin, like if it rips open, it heals really quick.
Think that you could be like otherworld.
I've asked my mom, I said, was any period of time you went like missing? Like a tall, slender, creature that.
Right.
That tracks.
Yes.
Yeah, she told me she felt like she got abducted at one point.
Oh.
So I was just like.
So there may be something
Yeah.
to this.
No, there really is.
You're a believer, right? In life on other planets?
Homie, I saw life on this planet that was from another planet 2 nights ago.
Hang on.
Over a lake in Thousand Oaks.
Wait.
Red orb
What
came
did
out of nowhere. Disappeared again. I was in Bora Bora a week before that whole like Hawaiian blue orb over the Pacific, whatever, which so Bora Bora is also in the Pacific. Saw the same exact orb that they were talking about in Hawaii. Saw that same thing where we were at, like fly by, disappear over a mountain. They're out here.
This could be his way of telling us who he truly is. Either that or he's been out in Hollywood smoking something super strong. Water should never ignite like gasoline. If you drink a cup of this and burp near a flame, you might actually explode.
Ice cream vans popping up at 3 AM and hundreds of kids missing. The past 2 days, these videos have been absolutely everywhere of people reporting hearing the creepy music and seeing an ice cream van at 2 AM, 3 AM, 4 AM driving around Virginia and other states. With this, more people have started coming out with their accounts of when this has happened to them in the past year. Now, the scariest part is all of the missing people in Virginia recently. I mean, you can take a look. And people are convinced something very strange is going on here. All these videos popping up are extremely creepy and I do not understand what's going on. And these ones emerging of people actually going to the ice cream van at midnight and genuinely getting ice cream. The police have said not to worry, it's under control and this has just got out of hand on social media. Now, this could be like a publicity stunt and this guy is literally just flogging ice creams at midnight because it's quite a cool way to do it, I guess. And at the end of the day, it is the summer. But at the same time, something doesn't add up with all of these missing people as well. It's just a bit eerie. But people are losing their minds over this at the moment, capturing all kinds of different videos and photos. So please let me know your thoughts on all of this and I will keep you updated on any developments.
Most kids are in bed by 9 PM, so any ice cream truck that's out at that time is highly suspicious. They might be selling more than just ice cream.
De los ovnis. Capibara. Ahí está el ovni, güey, vigilándote. ¿Qué? Allá arriba en el
Una nave disfrazada de ovni.
No, acá, zorra. A este lado. ¿Ya viste? Simón, y sí es cierto. Ahí me pasa la foto, güey. Sobre. A mí también. ¿Por qué se no agarra? Es de bulbo.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure that this is a natural cloud formation because it's the only one in the sky that looks like a cloaked flying saucer.
Y'all, I thought the sun was starting to calm down until I walked outside and realized, no, the sun was not calming down. And here's a whole bunch of videos to prove to y'all that the sun has been turning up, y'all. People saying it's been feeling like fall, but it's still hot. Like, at nighttime it's get a little bit chilly, but then it's still hot. I don't understand this type of heat. But look at this. Yo, look at this in Arizona. Ain't no surprise, bro. But, and of course,
And heat this summer definitely feels abnormal. I won't even get in my car if it's been sitting in the sun too long because those leather seats feel like sitting in a cast iron skillet. I've never seen an insect like this. This might actually be an alien life form.
You got handlers and stuff. You got that guy Harley Pasternak who was sending that weird text message to Kanye West. It's like, if you say stuff, you're gonna end up in loopy land and you'll never see your kids again. And all of a sudden he shaves his eyebrows and he's talking about like Hitler and stuff like that. And I noticed that every time you see shaved eyebrows, like it's some kind of like go crazy. You know what I mean? You got Jenna Ortega. Played a witch, shaved her eyebrows. Ariana Grande played a witch, Wizard of Oz, shaved her eyebrows. You know what I'm saying? There was another one, Doja Cat, started doing all kind of witchy stuff.
Oh, she started doing all this crazy,
you know? And it makes you think, is it part of some kind of humiliation ritual?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Is it the people directing the music videos? Because I know she's not writing these scripts. You know what I mean? So it's a bigger agenda behind the artist. They're just the tool.
Are they possessed by some kind of demon that likes their eyebrows shaved?
Well, no, I think it's a combination of both. Is these people do all these rituals, and since they're the center of the ritual, whether they want to be or not, they're getting attached, or these demons are getting attached to them, and then they're carrying that energy, and they become that person, even if they didn't want to or not.
This has to be some sort of humiliation ritual because nobody wakes up and decides to look like Voldemort just because. I can confidently say that nothing about this is normal. If you eat a handful of these ink berries, your stomach might actually turn purple.
Unfortunately, I think this is just the beginning. So I've learned when people tell you what they're going to do, don't ignore them. So when the UN and Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab tell you that they've got a UN 2030 plan with sustainable development goals, I think there are 17 or 21 of them, and every one of them says you won't be traveling, you won't have a private car, we won't be using international shipping to move goods around, there won't be any flights except military or perhaps very rich people, you won't own anything and you'll be happy, you probably won't live in your own house, you'll be using much less energy for everything, including heating, manufactured goods, and so on. When they tell you that, you should assume that they're serious about it. And so I think COVID has been part one of a multi-act play that's going to take 10 years that will destroy the liberal democracies completely. We've already, if you think living in a democracy, now ask yourself who you could vote for that would change this. Because I don't think there's anyone you can vote for anywhere that is guaranteed. So I don't have an answer, but I'm telling you, I think we're sliding down through the gates of hell. I'm speaking out. There's nothing in it for me. I've lost lots of money, all my friends. I'm away from my home and family. And I'm speaking out because, as I close, I am absolutely sure what I've told you is substantially true.
Unfortunately, he might be right, because between smart cities, mass surveillance, digital ID, AI, etc., the infrastructure is already in place, so we need to act quick.
Oh my god, right. Me and Am got on the train to come home, and oh my god, what is that on my eyelash hanging off?
If a spider ever crawled out of my eyelashes, I'm shaving them that day.
What if we're already at double simulation? This week, Google Gemini 3 shows us Inception.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
So this person was just watching somebody else watching a Jet 2 holiday. But it gets better, boys. It gets better. And so this is a rendering. And this is all just by a text prompt. But they're just out there walking in real life now. And this is all rendered live. You know, the simulation theory, how everything's rendered in real life. This is it. You can walk as far as you want. You can go anywhere you want.
This is Google.
Yeah, and these things don't exist. This is just AI artificially creating a 3D world. But it gets better, boys.
Genie 3 has real-time interactivity, meaning that the environment reacts to your movements and actions. You're not walking through a pre-built simulation. Everything you see here is being generated live as you explore it. And Genie 3 enables promptable events, so you can add new events into your world on the fly. Something like another person or transportation.
Live. Oh, you just type it in and it shows up.
Or even something totally unexpected. You can generate worlds with distinct geographies, historical settings, fictional environments, and even other characters. Worlds can help with embodied research, training robotic agents before working in the real world.
This technology is cool and everything, but you can get this same exact experience for free by leaving the house.
So this is when he was, do you remember when he tried out to be like a, I forget what the team was, the Yankees or the Cubs, you know? Oh, multiple times he's tried out to play baseball. He wants to be a baseball star. He can't make the team, but he keeps donating money for them to give him a chance. Like, hey, here's $3 million to this charity. Let me try out, you know? So he goes down to, you know, wherever, Fort Lauderdale or wherever, and he tries out. So in one of these places, flies us the private jet in. It's parked at the airport. He's playing. A guy ends up missing. And the guy's car, Steven? So the guy's car ends up in long-term parking at the airport. I mean, pretty odd. The guy ends up disappearing here next to the stadium where he's playing, and his car ends up in the long-term parking right next to where Garth's private plane is.
Whoa.
And look, there's a bunch of them. Look, when I say a bunch, there's 200 here, right? There's 200. There's some of them, take 7 or 8 of them that are pretty, you're like, wow, that's pretty interesting that like in the parking lot across the street from the stadium here, somebody ends up disappearing. You start adding them all up. And granted, it's confirmation bias. You could do the same thing with Madonna, right? She's got 1,000 tour dates. You could obviously, I could say Madonna's a serial killer and come up with just as many, I'm sure. But man, bro, some of them you're like, oh, Jesus, that's really, really odd. Like really odd.
How many of them would you say are like really, really close to being like, do you think it's like really high probability it could have been him?
I mean, I'd say,
first of all, how many total are in the book?
I want to say the combination of the two, over 200.
Over 200.
So we're talking about 120 missing persons and 90 unsolved.
Okay. And out of all of those, which ones do you think are, how many of them do you think are like really, 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 really high probability?
Maybe 10.
I know it's just a theory, but if there's any truth to this at all, he's really poking the bear. He's going to be the next target right after Tom Segura.
In this family video, this mom's recording her child run around the fire pit when all of a sudden it looks like a spirit of a dog or a horse or whatever runs through the video, follows the child. It could be a light gimmick, but it looks legit. What do you guys think? You're gonna see it right here. Watch. So now that you saw it, what do you guys think? Is it a dog? Is it a ghost? Is it a light trick? What do you guys think? Leave comments down below.
Maybe they had a family dog that passed away, because I can kind of make out a tail and 4 legs. Either that or it's a hellhound.
So Project Bluebeam is, gosh, I hate this, a conspiracy theory that claims world governments, particularly NASA and the UN, are preparing to simulate a false alien invasion or messianic return using advanced holographic technology to establish a new world order or global religion. Key claims of the theory: holograms in the sky. Governments will project massive 3D holograms of religious figures, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, or UFOs over major cities using satellites and lasers. Voice-to-skull technology. This is actually true. We have seen this on the Sean Ryan podcast. Someone validate that they do have technology that can put a voice into someone's head as if you are being talked to by God or something of the sort. So voice to skull technology. People will hear voices in their own language through alleged microwave auditory tech, making it seem divine or alien. Global catastrophes. Artificial earthquakes will be triggered to reveal new archaeological discoveries that challenge current religious doctrines.
This could be the reason why the mainstream media all of a sudden is talking about this 3-eye Atlas comet, saying that it's some sort of hostile alien mothership. Don't fall for it. It could just be some sort of primate, but if I was filming, once it started staring at me like that, I would leave expeditiously.
Alright, y'all. I think I might have caught something again. Check it out. So at first, I thought this was just a glare, right? Because when it gets closer, it looks like that. But then watch. It literally bounces. Give it a second. Give it a second. Give it a second. Right there. Boom. And then boom. Ooh-wee. Boom. What the heck?
The lights flying around are definitely strange, but that could just be regular birds that look weird in the infrared camera. What caught my attention was the giant mothership hidden behind the clouds.
This image, not AI. This is a very real statue of Elon Musk that exists in Brownsville, Texas. But as horrifying as it is to look at, what's happening in Brownsville is much more sinister. In 2013, Musk decided he wanted to build a private space launching facility in South Texas. Why Texas? It's a billionaire-friendly state. They have no corporate tax or state income tax. So Musk personally donated $12,000 to local Texas politicians. And his company, SpaceX, sent $219,000 in gifts to local Texas politicians. In 2014, SpaceX broke ground in Brownsville. Brownsville, Texas is the poorest county in the nation. In 2018, Musk said this.
He's got a lot of land with nobody around, and so if it blows up, it's cool. If it blows up, it's cool.
The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service documented 19 fires, leaks, and explosions at Starbase since 2019. But the Texas legislature passed a bill granting SpaceX immunity for any nuisances caused by their launches. So residents can't seek damages for noise, debris, traffic, or light pollution. Over the last decade, there have been 600 injuries at SpaceX facilities. One worker has been in a coma for 3 years. Another lost vision in one of his eyes. This specific SpaceX facility has an accident rate 6 times higher than anywhere in the space industry. The FAA has had to ground SpaceX numerous times because of safety problems with its rocket Starship.
Let's back up to what he just said. If it blows up, it's cool. That's gotta be the ketamine talking.
También hace ver. Sí, pero está. Mira.
On August 8th, a user named Carla discovered a location in Tijuana, Mexico, where gold was buried. But what was originally supposed to be a happy moment soon took a disturbing turn, because according to her and her later videos, it wasn't just gold she found that day. Take a look.
¿Ves? Aquí. Ay, mi pelo no me deja ver. Está aquí. Aquí está, aquí está. Ven a ayudarme, porfa. A ver. Valga, pues más rápido. Aquí, ¿sí ven? ¿Sí ven eso amarillito? Eso es. A ver, no lo puedo sacar nomás con la mano. No man.
You see, after finding this gold, strange things started to occur around her home. And after something or someone came to her home one night, many suggested she get the gold blessed. Here's that clip.
And finally, it wasn't just noises that she caught on camera, because her security camera managed to pick up something that to this day she cannot explain. Here's that clip, but let me know, what do you think?
You can get the gold blessed, or you could just sell it at Pawn Stars and let it be their problem.
A mystery explosion went off northeast of Houston today. Hundreds of people called 911 saying they felt it. 10:40 a.m. local time. Multiple neighborhoods saying their houses shook. I live in LA. That is what earthquakes feel like, but USGS shows no quake. Fire department says it wasn't us, even though they did have scheduled training nearby. No gas explosions reported. A local Facebook post said that the nearby sand facility had been closed for 2 weeks. My brain immediately goes, why? But that's just me. I checked flight trackers, no obvious military activity. In fact, eerily quiet. Side note, military aircraft can disable or limit public transponders, and in rare documented cases appear under civilian identities, especially true if training under classified missions for things like going supersonic. The only visible flight at all at this time was a Learjet 45, which is subsonic, but its squawk was 0000. For 7 minutes, it switched right around boom time. This squawk can indicate special operations, and ADS-B data for some aircraft can be filtered, so speed and altitude aren't accurate on public sites. On trackers, this flight was scheduled to land at Chattanooga, but appeared to land near a small industrial area 220 miles away. Could be a tracking error, or not. Unverified rumors on Facebook range from bomb squad drills to an F-15 hitting Mach 1 during a dive. Who knows? No earthquake, no proof of explosion, no official cause. What was the boom in Houston? The NASA Johnson Space Center's also right there, but I'm sure it's nothing to do with that.
If it wasn't caused by a plane going at supersonic speeds, then maybe the booms came from underground, like maybe they were doing some sort of weapons testing.
Oh, heard of the snallygaster? This cryptid in Maryland. It's like Mothman, but like a snake with really creepy wings, very skeletal. It had like tentacles pouring out of its chest. It was super Lovecraftian, really creepy. And it would suck all the out of the livestock and any children that it found.
So it's like vampire-esque.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think it was 1909, there was like a big panic about it. They had government-issued curfews. They had to like close down forests and everything because the snallygaster was just wreaking havoc.
No way.
In Western Maryland. 1909. Sightings started in the 1700s when all the Germans immigrated over from Germany to that section of Maryland. And what's interesting is if you go back in the German history, there were two cryptids that they had over there. One of them was the lindworm and then the druid. And the lindworm was just like a big dragon thing that some people... And then the druid was this night witch, like a succubus type character. And the snallygaster, if you look at its traits, it's kind of a combination of those two things. And so they came over, they started encountering this thing. They called it the Schnellgeist, which means the fast ghost. And then it became Americanized.
You know, one of the things we talk about a lot on the show is just this idea of the victory of Christ. And you can almost think of the advance of the kingdom like the saints going forth and doing war against the demon and the demon-haunted places. Like we look at North American lore, instead of saying, obviously that was all fake, we say, why not? Why wouldn't you expect for there to be all sorts of demons and dragons and giants and stuff trying to basically destroy and warp and demand the worship of people? And I think maybe the snallygaster.
I think definitely
was a demon spirit.
100%. There's no uncertainty.
This one might just be a myth, because if the snallygaster was real, the human race would be extinct by now.
Jesse Michaels released a new video. He went down to Peru. These people have been telling him about these mummies. They're like, you have to see them in person. This real creature has 3 toes and 3 fingers, and there's depictions of these in Peru in these ancient like carpets and ancient weaves that are hundreds of years old. Like, how nuts is that, man? If that's fake, that's extraordinary, because it looks like a real creature.
I mean, the amount detailed.
If that really is that, and that's a real being, and then there's more than one, and one of them has a fetus inside of it, they think also has 3 fingers and 3 toes. There's biologists that are looking at this that are saying this is a real creature.
I feel like these mummies could be 100% real, but the academic and science community has such a stranglehold on the truth when it comes to stuff like this that all it takes is for one expert to debunk it, and now nobody believes it.
Okay, at what point has the whole AI thing gotten out of hand? Because I keep thinking we're done, and it keeps
getting worse. A proposed AI data center in Wyoming is set to use more electricity than the human population there. And nobody's certain of what exactly they're going to be using it for. And I'm not just talking a little bit more electricity either. We're looking at not double, not 3 times, but 5 times the amount of power otherwise used by people in the state of Wyoming. All from a single facility. If it's actually built, it'll be the product of a data center developer called Crusoe and begin functions while consuming 1.8 gigawatts before ideally scaling up to 10, which is enough energy to power about 10 million homes. And since the entire population of Wyoming is only around 600,000, you start to get the gist of how dramatically AI heavy the state's about to become.
If they're building a 10 gigawatt data center for AI, I don't want to hear anything about a carbon footprint.
There he is. Holy cow. Salt and pepper pistachios on the way. Let's open it up. There you go. There you go.
Let them open it up.
Walmart package. Holy cow.
I just get a picture of Denise or video of Denise opening the paper.
Maybe.
Need a name code? Yeah, look at that. Oh, those are your, there they are. The wave of the future. That's crazy.
I feel lazy if I order a DoorDash, but if I ever call in an airdrop for a bag of pistachios, I've officially given up on life. But that was the video, guys. Don't forget to sub up, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next one.